What's up, everybody? Today we're addressing one of the most frequently asked questions/comments anytime we talk about invisible glass stripper, and that's, why don't you just use steel wool? Does it even work? Is it safe for your car? Let's get after it and find out. All right, so to do this test, what we're gonna do is use this rig. Anybody who's come seen our booth at SEMA, this is our windshield demo rig. We'll be out there in a few weeks, so come check us out again. We're gonna use this as our test for the steel wool versus the glass stripper, but to do that, we're gonna send this back to the past to get it applied and cured. Thanks, future JC. So to get this windshield ready, we're gonna apply our hybrid rain repellent glass cleaner and give it plenty of time to cure so that you can do all the testing you wanna do. This is our demo rig that some of you may or may not have seen that we use at SEMA. Just getting a nice even coating. This is much easier to apply it, by the way, when there's not a hood in the way. Nice even coating. Our hybrid rain repellent and glass cleaner. Now this will start beading water right away. However, if you let it cure for about 24 hours, that gives you the optimum bead angles, the optimum durability, and make sure there's a good cure on the windshield. So that's about it. We'll let that cure for 24 hours and throw it back to future JC. Thanks, past JC. So to do this test, what we're gonna do, now that this has been evenly coated and cured with the hybrid rain repellent, we are going to, on one half, use steel wool, on the other half, use invisible glass stripper. Really what we're trying to do here is demonstrate the power and the speed, the efficiency that these two products may or may not use in removing coating. So this is a freshly applied but properly cured coating. So that's gonna be one of the more difficult things to remove from glass. Again, there's a pretty strong bond there. So we're gonna see how efficient is it, how does it work, are there any downsides, upsides? So let's go see how it works. So to evaluate how well these products are breaking down the coating, we're gonna just coat the glass with a fine mist of deionized water. So now you can see there's some nice beads. Again, very hydrophobic, fresh coating on this. So we're just gonna monitor how that holds up as we apply the products. That's gonna be our measuring stick for how well these are removing. So on this half, we're gonna start using Quad Zero steel wool, and on that side, we'll use glass stripper. On the comments we get regarding steel wool, specifically they always mention Quad Zero steel wool. So we got some Quad Zero steel wool, and remember, this is gonna be the most fine, least abrasive of the steel wools. If you get some of the more aggressive, you're gonna scratch glass. And actually, I have some concern about scratching with this product as well. Maybe not necessarily glass, but if you have trim, rubber gaskets, piano black, or even paint around your windshield. Again, this rig doesn't have any of that, but on a real car, you're gonna have that directly adjacent to your glass. There is some concern that you can scratch that. When we're just messing around pre-shoot, you can see, I don't know if Brett, if you can see this. This is kind of Shino piano black bottle. Pretty easily, this will put scratches in that plastic. So again, be careful with this. That's one of the potential downsides. The other thing I noticed, if you're one of the tactile people that don't like picking up microfibers with dry hands, this is worse than that. So just something to think about, but specifically, we're talking about Quad Zero steel wool. So we're gonna start here just in the corner just to see how it does. Do the same kind of thing for glass stripper. And then for performance basis, we're gonna try to do kind of a timed race just to see efficiency-wise how well do these work, and then should you be using Quad Zero steel wool to strip your glass. So I'm gonna start with this fresh Quad Zero steel wool in this corner just to see how it works. I can immediately tell that there's obviously a pretty good coating there underneath. This is sliding with very little friction. If I put elbow grease into it, I can maybe start to feel that it's breaking down the coating, but I'm just gonna say right off the bat, I don't think this is gonna be able to compete with glass stripper. Doesn't take much time to make a little bit of an evaluation. It's clearly starting to break down the coating, for sure. The beads right in this area are still perfectly spherical. They're starting to break down. You can see where the drops are forming from. They're all starting in the area that I've started working the steel wool. However, there is clearly still some hydrophobicity there, and I'm putting a good amount of elbow grease into this coating. And again, it continues to flatten it out. So it's clearly, to answer their question, or their comments, will Quad Zero steel wool remove coatings and strip your glass? Sure. That's starting to break that down. But just for comparison purposes, let's take it over to the other side. So this side, we're gonna do the same thing again, little test box in the corner, invisible glass stripper, applicator pad. Put a little bit of product in there. Again, if you've seen our previous videos, when the product pulls back in, you know the coating is still there. You can already, can you hear that, Brett? You can already hear, again, and I'm not pushing exceptionally harder compared to that side. You can already hear that it's, we're down to glass. I mean, in this section, we're gonna see, if I can find the bottle. So again, to answer the comment or question, will it remove coatings? Sure will. But very easily comparing, the glass stripper is gonna work a lot quicker for you. But just to prove that point, we're gonna remove the rest of these coatings just to see time lapse to show what happens and really how much more efficient or other things we see as we go a little bit larger size than a 4x6. All right, so to finish this test, I decided to be lazy, and instead of doing it myself, I called in Rich 10. So he's gonna do the Quad Zero steel wool side. I'm gonna do glass stripper side. Brett is gonna put a timer on there for you so we can see how long it takes us to completely remove the coating on the glass. And then we can share comments and feedback on how we thought the removal went. And we've all seen how quick, if you guys have seen our videos, you've seen how fast Rich works. People have sometimes suggested we're in fast forward. That's just how fast his hand goes. So we're not stacking the deck here. All right, let's go. I don't know if this is a fair test, Rich.
I don't think that was a fair test. I honestly don't even want to finish this windshield.
So one of the things we could also test, so clearly that's not even, efficiency-wise.
Breaking down.
It is breaking it down. Rich is sweating. This has already been gone over really 1.5 times. One of the other things we can test while we're at it is some of the comments mentioned doing it dry. So dry Quad Zero steel wool on a coating which we originally did not do because we were worried about scratching and marring of the glass. But since it's this night and day, maybe we try that. Let's dry maybe the bottom part and see if that helps the steel wool at all.
Here we go.
Does it feel any different?
No.
Let's see if that, do a quick spritz. So again, Rich did the same process, just dry. And there's still a very nice hydrophobic coating there.
Please no, I don't want to do
All
it
right, so
anymore.
I think we can call it.
Yeah.
I think we can call it. So I think to answer the question, truly and honestly, can you use quad zero steel wool to remove coatings as a glass stripper? And again, we did a test for coatings. This would also apply for water spots, road film, things like that. Will quad zero steel wool remove those? Yes, that is an objective yes. Should you? Probably not. There's a better product out there. So one of the genuine positives about steel wool is how inexpensive it is, and that's one of the reasons why people gravitate towards that. One of the reasons that it's been recommended so many times, oh, I just use steel wool. I guarantee your time is more valuable than the difference between steel wool and glass stripper. So get the tool that works best for you, save your own time. Your time is much more valuable. Again, and if you're talking about even more speed, so we did this by hand. If you are a detailer and you're comfortable with this and you're doing this a lot, you can use glass stripper on your orbital and you could polish this entire windshield in about 30 seconds to remove coatings and things like that. Again, it is much more valuable and much more important for you to save your time and your energy and your sanity than saving a couple pennies on the improper tool. So just to finish off this test, Rich is gonna complete the removal of this coating on the steel wool side just to show everybody watching that we're not doing some double trick. There's not some super duper coating on this side compared to this. This was treated the same way. And you can see pretty quickly, again from our previous tests, if you see it wet out nice and evenly, that coating is pretty much gone. Clearly before we had some other ceramic coating underneath our hybrid right down the middle, because these areas were a little bit harder, but same treatment on both sides. So we think the results speak for themselves pretty clearly, but we know we're gonna hear some comments, so if you think we did this wrong or wanna see it done another way, please let us know in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. That helps us a lot get the videos to you. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.